If you have been looking for a sign, this is it. There's a quote by Oprah Winfrey. Your life is always speaking to you. It speaks in whispers, guiding you to the next right step. Hey everyone, this is Victoria English. I'm the head coach with Project 90. I'm really glad you're here today. Sometimes ideas for podcasts come to me, and occasionally it's just a little whisper, and sometimes it just feels like I'm being bowled over. And the inspiration for this podcast episode bowled me over. It's not that this is earth-shattering. I just felt like, you know what? I need to talk on this topic. So thanks for joining me. Before we get started about life and whispers, taps on the shoulder, etc., I'd like to remind you that Project 90 is accepting applications. We have a relatively small program, and that is by design. When it's time to grow bigger, we will do it. But right now, we really like having this the way it is so that we can give each member the attention they deserve, so that you can get the attention you deserve, so that you can learn how to socialize without alcohol, how you can understand, so that you can understand how this happened. Why did this attractively packaged poison get you hooked? And finally, self. What is going on inside that is leading you back to numbing out? We talk about all of those topics in Project 90 because every person who joins us needs and deserves to get to the bottom of this drinking thing once and for all and get on with their life. So we work with high performers, ages 35 plus. If you identify as a high performer, I encourage you to book a call. Go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/schedule. It's 15 minutes. It's free. I don't sell anything on the call. I'm just going to listen, ask a bunch of questions, and make suggestions. If you're not a fit for us, that's okay. We have a lot of free stuff out here on the internet. But if you are, you will get that level of care that you need and deserve. You are worth it. So I hope to be able to speak with you soon. So about that life and those whispers, well, I believe it. I do believe that our life speaks to us, that signs come our way. Think back to how you came across this podcast. Did you just stumble upon it? What about finding James on social media? By the way, you can follow James all over the internet at James Swanwick. You can learn a lot about James, his journey, what he does for others. I'm not that active on social media, but I'm at Victoria English 1111 on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you. But things come together sometimes in the craziest ways. Some call it coincidence, serendipity, juju, karma, whatever it is. But if you're here listening to me today, your life is telling you it is time. It may be past due time, and that's okay because this is a big thing. I get that it can take a bit. When else in your life has something happened that just seems like a crazy coincidence, but it led you to something you could have never imagined? Maybe it was meeting someone you came to love. Maybe it was a networking thing and you connected with just the right person at just the right time to get that perfect job, the perfect deal. The right opportunity came along at just the right time. Well, this is one of the biggest opportunities you have. I've said this before on a podcast, and I've asked this time and time again to our members. Can you think of anything else that you could do for 90 days and achieve such dramatic results? We're talking changes in your health. If you listen to my recent interview with Evan Melcher, check that out about his health metrics and what happened when he stopped drinking. whether it's relationships. Boy, I can't count the number of marriages that were saved because alcohol left the relationship between those two individuals. There were 3 people in that marriage, the partners and alcohol. And it was crowded. One of them was going to go, and alcohol went. And those couples are still together. Career. If you watch some of our testimonials or hear some of the interviews and you learn about the incredible changes in career, and mind you, everyone in our community identifies as a high performer, but it's like they've got rocket fuel in them when the alcohol is gone. Huge deals, huge opportunities, selling their business, creating a new business, just amazing things. Their physical appearance, they lose the bloat, they lose weight, their clothes fit different. They're, letting their belts out a few notches. Things don't feel as tight because their midsection isn't so puffy, whether the scale changes or not. I was just coaching a call today, and a member who has been in for 24 days mentioned that her rings are falling off of her fingers. It's not that she's lost some incredible amount of weight. It's just because the inflammation is leaving. So her fingers have gone back to a regular size. She may even have to have the rings resized because she'd been drinking for so many years that was the size she bought them in. So I asked them, is there anything else you could do for 90 days that would create this sort of change? Every single person says the same thing. No. What can you buy? What can you do for 90 days that will have that kind of impact? And so think about that for a moment. What could you envision for yourself? You get to dream big again. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling ready to go get it, to go after those fitness goals, to have the time to do things like meal prep so that you're not just rushing and grabbing whatever's in front of you, having your house more organized. You're not rushing if you have kids at home. You get to school early. There's no rushing. There's no panicking in traffic on your way to work because you're ahead of schedule. Your meetings go great because you're not hungover. Those are just starters, but you get to dream about those things. Doesn't drinking take away our ability to dream? Boy, it sure does. Hi, this is Victoria English, Senior Coach at Project 90, the program that helps high achievers stop drinking either temporarily or permanently. If you're an executive, entrepreneur, investor, physician, or other high achiever and know you're drinking too much, if you know your current drinking habits are compromising your sleep, relationships, health, and your happiness, and you're ready to finally get your drinking under control by quitting for either at least 90 days or 1 year, you are invited to apply to become a Project 90 client. Our 90-day and 1-year programs involve a safe, fun, yes, I said fun, private virtual community of high achievers with a process that boasts an incredible 92% success rate of clients reaching at least 90 consecutive days alcohol-free. Applicants can apply for an introductory interview by visiting alcoholfreelifestyle.com/Project 90. You'll likely speak directly with me or one of our other coaches. Are you ready to stop for at least 90 days? Are you ready to stop for at least 1 year? If so, we can help. Application interviews are limited and are conducted on a first-come, first-served basis. If there are no remaining interview times available, wait a few weeks and try again. Schedule your 15-minute initial application interview by visiting alcoholfreelifestyle.com/Project 90. Let's get back to the show. And so Is life tapping you on the shoulder right now? I used to say that life tapped me on the shoulder. Then it whispered in my ear, hey, hey. Then it gave me a nudge, a little shove. And finally, it knocked me upside my head. That wasn't a good day when I felt like life was knocking me upside the head. But boy, I was so determined to do things the way I wanted to do them and make the world bend to my will. Well, my will was dictated by what alcohol told me. It's kind of embarrassing to say that, but it's true. And if you're nodding your head, I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone because our experiences with alcohol might be different, but the feelings are the same. And feeling like we no longer have agency over our lives, yeah, that's a bad feeling. And that's what alcohol does. And so, where are you in that? Are you being tapped on the shoulder, whispered at, shoved, hit upside the head? Where are you on that? Because wherever you are, if you don't listen, it's just going to get louder. And so hopefully my voice is easier to pay attention to than being knocked upside the head. Don't wait for that. This doesn't reverse itself on its own, you guys. Alcohol doesn't get to a point where it says, okay, I've done enough. I've done enough damage. It just keeps taking and taking and taking. And the whispers get louder and the shoves get harder and the punches keep coming. And so if this resonates with you, this is your sign. Stop putting this off. Stop waiting for more consequences. Stop trying to do this on your own. If you could do it on your own, you would have by now. Believe me. If there were shortcuts, I would reveal them. If there was a way to just make this happen, I would tell you. You can't go around the alcohol problem. But what you can do is go through it the same way you approach other obstacles in life. If you're a high performer, I know that you know how to turn obstacles into opportunities. And that's what we do here at Project 90. We help you turn this alcohol obstacle into one of the greatest opportunities you'll ever have. I can't do it for you. I've had my shoves and more, and I leaned in. Finally, I leaned in and did the work and got through it. You can do the same thing. I'm not any different than you. I don't have some secret power that you don't have. Believe me when I tell you, I have been where you are. But finally, I was tired of getting pushed around. I was tired of not listening to that tiny voice that got louder and louder and louder. I now recognize that voice as my own, my authentic voice, my true self saying, hey, can I come out? Can I come out? Please let me come out. Oh my God, let me come out. Your voice is saying that to you. So go ahead, take action now. Before this podcast ends, alcoholfreelifestyle.com/schedule. It is worth it. You'll be surrounded by professional coaches. This is my jam. Learning about alcohol, how to create those new neural pathways, how to help others. This is what I do for fun because it lights me up, makes me feel so good to help other people. This is what we do over here. We study alcohol and we figure out how to outsmart it. And I invite you to come on board with us. Let's see if we're a fit. You are smarter than alcohol. You just need the playbook, and we've got it. Coaching, accountability, and community. You'll be with like-minded individuals, high performers who can get a lot of things done, but they couldn't get this alcohol thing done on their own until they took that plunge and joined us. And now they're doing it. I hope to chat with you soon. Book the call. Let's see what comes next. Until next time, wishing you all the best. Take care. Have an awesome day.
Hi there, this is James Swanwick. Thank you so much for listening to the show. I would be so grateful if you would leave a review. That will help us climb the rankings and get our show exposed to so many more people who could really benefit from the content. You can do that by going into Apple Podcasts, rating the show, writing a little one-sentence summary, and posting it. That would be so amazing. Thank you. Likewise, if you would like to schedule a 15-minute exploratory call and apply for our Project 90 program, then you can do so by going to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/project90. If you'd like to get the free guide, that is the Alcohol Freedom Formula Guide, you can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/guide. Our YouTube channel is at alcoholfreelifestyle.com/YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at James Swanwick. Thank you so much for listening. We so appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.